Hey there, everyone. It's Grim here from Grimalkin Records. Welcome back to another episode of our Message Behind the Music. Get to know us. And tonight it is with Cin the Ciege, who just released the Gaytrix. We had a listening party the other week when it came out. It's an amazing album. It's so much fun. And Cin is just such a great performer, and he performed at our festival. We just wrapped up day 2 of our in-person festival, and next Saturday, October 21st, we're going to be back with the day 3 of our festival, which is the online edition. I'm really, really excited, and so we're just waiting for Cin to hop on, and I think I see the request. And I also just have to say, Cin the Ciege has been such an amazing, supportive person to Grimalkin, such a great friend, and absolutely one of my favorite people in the world. I just had my birthday. I turned 51 on Sunday, and he and Eli, they surprised me with ice cream, which is my favorite dessert. Anyway, Cin is awesome. So here we are. We're gonna get him in. Just had to gush a little bit about how great Cin is. Instagram is always so weird, the live Instagram. Thought I just did it. Why is it doing that? Okay.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, every time I
How
get
the
accepted.
how the hell did you do that green effect too?
I know. I thought about it because it's funny because I always use it when I go on loop sessions, and I was like, oh my God, it's like I'm going into the Gaytrix
Oh
Matrix
my
with you.
gosh. I gotta figure this shit out. There's a way.
No, so there, it's not a what do you call it, filter. It's do you remember those like changing lights I had on Sunday at the
Oh,
it
okay.
was LED lights. I have them in my house, and I use them as like mood lighting in the evening, so I don't have.
No,
Yeah,
that's cool. That's really cool.
they should have a matrix filter. Like, I mean, how do they not have
I
that?
don't know what's going on now, but I'm liking something. I'm gonna play with something. But yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
that's
Hey, there we go. This works.
that's so great. Yeah, yeah. So, how are you feeling though today? How are you
I'm
doing?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. It's been a long day. I'm still like recovering from Grimalkin Fest.
Yeah, me
Staying
too.
up till like 5 a.m. like a child. So it's been a long time since I've done that. So
I know, me too. It was so much fun catching up with everybody. It was so much fun hanging out with you. So yeah, it was awesome. It was such a great time. We had such a great time. Yeah, how are you feeling about your release? Because now it's been, woo, it came out on the 6th of October. So was that a week or a week? I lost all concept of
yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, with that being said, I think in those like that time span, I haven't really like gotten any sleep because I've just been very big on making sure like everything was running smoothly.
Yeah.
Like like going out, street promotion and stuff like that too. So um, yeah. I've just been kind of pretty passionate about making sure just all the boxes were checked. You know.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
the release is, congratulations on an awesome release. I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you so
Um,
much.
Love seeing you perform. You were just so freaking amazing,
No, I
live.
appreciate that. I
And
appreciate that.
yeah, and it's been a big success. Just so everybody knows, if you go to, you can either go to Cin the Ciege on Bandcamp or Grimalkin and get Grimalkin's Bandcamp to get to um, the Gaytrix, and if you want to buy a tape, there's only I think 5 maybe left.
Yeah.
And then of course of course it's all on all the streaming services, of
Oh yeah.
course.
All of the other bad players and whatnot. We love them too.
Yeah. But give Cin your money, buy it digitally from Bandcamp right now. We're gonna talk a little bit about Bandcamp later, but we'll get
Yeah.
into it later. Uh,
Yeah.
but for now, you know, we're just following what Bandcamp United tells us to do, and so for now, just throw that money at Cin's digital album so he can get some pay and buy a tape, and we'll talk about the tape proceeds in a bit. So yeah, so I always like to start off just asking everybody when they first got into music as just like a listener, maybe a favorite song or album that they bought or band or musician that they got into for the first time. Usually it's when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you want to share about that.
Okay. So on the tapes, so I remember I got a couple stories. So when I knew I was connected with music, the first I stole my mom's TLC uh, red light special tape,
Oh,
and which is so bad. It's bad stealing. Stealing's bad. But I stole their
yeah.
red light special tape and my aunt's Mambo number 5, I believe. Uh, but the first album that I like went into the store and actually purchased for myself, and that was at a young age. I just saw controversial topic person figure. I just saw Thriller sitting there, and it was like a special edition. And I was like, oh shit, what? Who is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? Something just pulled me to it. And then I remember, going home, popping it in, and Human Nature. That's like one of my. I don't necessarily type of person that's like has a favorite song, but Human Nature is probably like one of my favorite songs. I just kept repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, and I knew something was different there. So,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, Thriller is a great album. I got that on tape when it came
oh wow,
out. Yeah, it was,
oh wow,
so that
yeah,
was young. I think I was in grade school or I can't remember.
yeah.
But yeah, great albums. That makes sense. That
And
makes sense too.
I used to have this thing too, which is why I really like album covers and album artwork and lyrics and stuff. I would take let's say there was like a little Bow Wow mixtape or something my sister had, because my whole family's like very big musically. My mom was we have like mock talent shows in the house and
Oh
stuff like that.
wow,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah,
cool.
yeah.
That
Me and
sounds
my it
fun.
was yeah, even me and my sister and just like competing against each other. She'd win one Saturday, I'd win another Saturday. And like we took that shit serious. Uh, but on like tapes, I would take the tape out. I would take the cover out, and I would draw on it like some like mock album cover or whatever.
Oh
So and like
wow.
I would put some artwork of me or whatever or something like that.
Yeah.
I've never been a good drawer though, but yeah, I would do that. So like I've always just been in that mode, like I don't know, producing,
Yeah.
producing.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
Yeah,
cool. Yeah.
yeah.
Um uh yeah, and I guess so I'd be curious to know then also like so when did you personally get into writing music or playing music like yourself or recording music?
Recording music, probably I want to say like sixth, seventh grade. That's
Oh my
when I,
goodness. Wow.
yeah, that's when I started. Yeah, no,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I wish I had the CD with me because like I just had some really good people around me that just I don't know like spiritual. I don't know how spiritual everybody is. I can call it God or whatever, or Most High, the entities or whatever. There's something out there that's like overseas. That's just how I feel. I wouldn't shove it down anybody's throat. But there were just some really good people with the band teachers and things like that were involved with me. So I had my band teacher show me some stuff on the piano.
Oh wow.
And I was in band, but I played drums. But I had them just sit me aside, show me stuff on the piano, and then from there I just started like I would take tapes and I'd have a fresh tape, I'd re-record over it and just like make some stuff in the house with my Yamaha computer piano.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
yeah. Hook that. I
that's
would
so
I would
cool.
I would hook that bitch up. Yeah, I would hook that. I would hook it up and like make some mock recording. And one of my choir teacher, they made me like a fake CD. So I just had some really like I can't
Oh
even owe it to myself. Like I had some really 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 cool people in my life
wow,
that knew was bigger. So
that's great. My gosh, I want to hear that stuff. Is there any way you can find it and dig it
Yeah,
up?
I do have that CD floating around somewhere. I found it not too long
Oh
ago.
my
Uh,
God. Oh,
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah, I know. Yeah, yeah. I said I wanted to re-record some of those songs and like update them and make them, whatever. We'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah, that is so cool. Okay. That's awesome. And then um so like so you started really young. Like when did you pick up the guitar and when did you pick up like start doing production like the way people do it now? Yeah.
Let me see. Tier, I want to hear the CD. You're gonna hear it because I gotta like. Where's the
Oh,
button? It's
I want to do
boggling my mind right now.
maybe we should do a Grimalkin release of it. How cool would that be?
That'd be crazy.
Or
Yeah, I gotta find that
Grimalkin
shit.
an exclusive, like
Yeah,
for.
it's floating around. It's in this room somewhere.
And
It's in this room somewhere.
and what grade were you in?
That was ninth grade, probably.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
yeah.
That's so amazing. Okay, I gotta hear
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what'd you ask?
I was just curious, like when you switched over and picked
Guitar.
up like guitar and started like producing the way people produce now, like using why did my brain just go out? What's the what's the word?
I know what you
Console,
mean.
not console. Oh, why my
I know what you
brain
mean.
is much. Yeah,
Current production style, blah, blah, blah. Sure.
DAW.
DAW, digital audio workstation,
Yes,
workspace.
I'm sorry, my brain.
Let's see. So I was playing piano. My mom would always notice I never sat down when I played piano. Like I still to this day I don't like this like just sit down. I'll do it sometimes if it's there, sit down. Or I'll like literally get on my knees and just like play piano. But she noticed I would just always stand up. Probably I want to say was it 12th grade, either 12th grade or maybe 11th or right when I graduated, somewhere in that space. She's got me a guitar for Christmas.
Oh wow,
I
so cool.
didn't ask, didn't ask. Just
Oh
got me a
my
guitar.
gosh,
Um,
your mom sounds rad.
yeah, my mom was a hard ass. Like she won't like Joe Jackson or nothing, but like when we were growing up and it was like those talent shows and shit, and then like going in front of people, like my mom was a hard ass. Like she was like to this day, she's got an ear. My mom can't sing a lick, but she's got an ear.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but yeah, she got me. Yeah, she got me the guitar, and then it just kind of grew from there. But even before that, I would use to this day still I use Audacity to clean up stuff. I cleaned
Awesome.
up. Yeah, I cleaned up and the metadata for anything that I put out. I still use Audacity, or like I want my endings to fade out or not fade out or stop or something. I will still use Audacity to this day.
That's
So that I
awesome.
started making like some raps on Audacity. I had like apps on like the first iPod Touch, and I would like record and stuff there. So yeah, yeah,
Cool. So do you
yeah.
actually use Audacity then for all your stuff and your production stuff, or do you use
Okay,
it?
now. I love Audacity, but there are some limitations.
Sure.
Today, well, I can show everybody. Oh
Yes,
well, here is
we
baby.
would love to see
Here is
your works.
baby. Baby is here.
Yeah. It's
I
so
bought this.
great.
Where's the eyeball? This eyeball. One of the vendors. Can y'all see it? The vendors had it. So that's my
Yes,
recent
I
thing.
think
Uh,
that's cryptic party Duffy, right? Or
I
was
believe.
that? Oh no, it
Yeah.
was Jasmine art maybe. I
This.
can't tell. It's hard. It's a little blurry. I can't. Maybe
I
it
think
was
I got.
Jasmine.
Yeah, I
Was that
got this one.
Saturday or Sunday?
This Saturday. Saturday.
Yes, that's Jasmine. Yes, yes. I fight vampires. Andrew, that's their wife.
Oh wow. Okay.
She's really talented.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
very
That's
talented.
crazy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This one I got at a weed shop, but now I'm looking at it and I'm like, hold up. There's some future site going on because this is Alice in Wonderland.
It,
I
oh,
believe that's
okay.
a Hatter. I believe that's Mad Hatter.
Okay, it's a little hard for me to see, but I see the hat. Like I can, and
Yeah.
a tie. Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's
It looks like a almost like a skull face or
yeah,
something.
yeah. That's kind of like
Like
that's
Alice
pre-Cali.
in Wonderland skull style.
Yeah, down the rabbit hole.
Yes,
uh,
that makes
let's
sense.
do this. This is I got this pulled up on the big screen. This is
Okay, cool.
this is my set. This is the set that I do. And this is Ableton. Still the free
Okay.
version. It's still the free version. I
Oh
have
my
not
goodness.
upgraded.
Wow.
I still record 8 tracks. Everything I have is 8 tracks.
Good for you. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I want to, but Ableton's expensive. Like, oh my God.
Yes. Well, I think we might be able to find you like a hookup.
Oh yeah. You know, no, but
Eli.
8 tracks. Oh, Eli. Oh, of course.
Yeah, Eli has yeah. Anyway, it's all later. But yeah, I was gonna say uh yeah, but I hear you with the like just having an 8 track so because like when I first started recording I had a 4 track, like an old school 4 track tape, like a portable one though. It only had one tape, but it only had four tracks, so I would sometimes have to do two things at once if I wanted more than four, instruments.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about it was it forced you to be creative in a different way because there was a limitation, and I kind of like stuff like that. Like when that's why I love loop sessions so much. Like there's like these rules and parameters,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I work well in that kind of
Oh my
structure.
God.
So
I love loop sessions too because that I consider that like producer boot camp every time I do it. That's like
yeah,
a yeah, it presses you and I've definitely seen my growth, just my ability to just like snap on the shit now. So
yeah, yeah. I love the stuff that you've done with loop sessions too. So yeah,
I
so awesome.
appreciate that. And last
Yeah.
thing, um this is my mic.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Where
Yeah,
is
I
this?
remember you showed it to me for it's sweet.
Yeah, it's green. I saw it in store one day and I didn't have the money and then somehow I just ended up with it. So I didn't steal
Okay,
this. I'm just saying somehow I ended up with one. So no more stealing
cool.
tapes and shit. You know, I stole some Yu-Gi-Oh cards one time in the store and I felt so bad about it. Like I literally put the pack back.
That is hilarious. Oh
Yeah.
my God, Yu-Gi-Oh! So I was teaching in Los Angeles at the time when those were really huge, and it was hilarious because it was like teachers would be getting mad all the time because kids are playing with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh
Oh my God. Yeah.
cards.
I still look. Hold up. This is show and tell today. This is show and tell. I just bought a deck of some Yu-Gi-Oh cards like the other like a few weeks ago. So I'm like, I still can play. I don't know what these kids are doing now because they're like doing some extra shit, and I'm like, all right, I just know the basics. But
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. That's so cool that you still have Yu-Gi-Oh cards and are playing.
these are new Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, it was I just remember they were just everywhere, and taught middle school, so you can imagine that was really popular with
Oh
the
my
with middle
gosh. Yeah.
with seventh
Yeah.
graders.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, well, why don't you tell us a little bit about the Gaytrix? Anything that you want to talk about the new album?
The Gaytrix.
Um,
The Gaytrix. So I was writing the songs. I think I had a few of them done before I officially stepped on the name. I want to say probably around Craven is when I was like, hold up, this is the Gaytrix. No, I was doing like a photo shoot in like the parking deck. I'm not going to say where, but a parking deck that I have access to. And I
oh
was
yeah,
just out there messing around. And then I just did it. And then it turned into, it was kind of a joke at first, but then I was like, hold up, that's on to something. Um, so I wonder. too. I'm trying to like find some things to share. But yeah, I was writing quite a few songs and just like it just kind of all kind of came together. Uh,
Yeah.
it just all came together. It just all made sense. And then like especially the things that I was going through in life, it was like I would have these scenarios, and I've talked to you, but I'll tell everybody, like these boys out here, um, and shit would happen. I had a falling out with a best friend, blah blah blah, and all this stuff, and I was like, yo, this shit does not make sense. But it was like a little hint to gay. I would be like, I'm in the Gaytrix right now. Like I am in the Gaytrix. This does not even make sense. Um, so yeah. Everything it just all kind of pulled together, and then the songs on there and the topics that I was talking about, it just made sense. And I was like, this is the Gaytrix. But originally, it was going to be called Shadow Work. I was trying to do some healing,
Mm.
and I was reflective, but I was like, oh, that's a little too deep. So it just kind of came together. I wish I had the original, because I have the original artwork for what I was going to do.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool. That would be cool.
yeah.
I know I saw, like, obviously you had sent it to me too, but like your promo and stuff with in the garage. It was really cool that you were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere you can see it like I'm sure on our Twitter, your stuff too, your social media, and I think maybe on Instagram too. I can't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, that
People
that
can
was
check it.
that was a fun night. That was a cold. I was cold that night, I believe, because I had on like some. I don't know what possessed me to go on and wear some short shorts, and I had just gotten the trench. The trench coat is behind me too, actually. I hang up stuff.
Yeah,
That's some of
yeah.
my yeah. Because
Get
I was
that
like
got that Gaytrix coat.
yeah, that's the coat in the back.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, and you were wearing it. You were wearing it
let me see.
at their
Yeah, I
fest
did
for
do
your
that.
set.
I got some cool shit. I like dark lights, but hey, I just feel like sharing.
Yeah.
So that's the mask that I wore during Rage and Raven. It got broke. I don't know what the hell happened to it.
Oh my gosh, that song is so great.
Yeah, that's some of the first. I decided I was like, you know what? Let me. We hang up a lot
Oh,
of stuff.
yeah.
We hang up a lot of stuff like in our place, and I was like, you know what? Let me kind of like when I come into my room, let me kind of like celebrate myself a little bit, not to be
Yeah.
selfish, but I was like, that's a puppet I used for one song. Um, I did this album review thing, and they gave me like a fucking 7.2, but this is when I was like under C3, so that's that. I had to tell you about that because some people from Grimalkin should definitely like be submitting to this thing. They're still like an independent thing. Uh,
Yeah. Is that like a previous album? You said it was under a different name?
yeah. That was I don't even know what I think I was still doing. What song did I give them? It probably says what the hell I did. Crazy. Yeah, I was doing crazy and stuff then. That was the picture I showed over there. Those are some. See, when I do craving now, I try to like. There was a show I threw these out at people. Like I just
Yes.
literally threw them out at people.
Yeah.
And that's the Rage and Raven.
Yes. Yes, that's a
I
cool
always
thing.
felt like I always wanted my life. I remember I told somebody years ago when I was like just trying to figure out stuff. I was like, I want my work to like be kind of reminiscent of like a superhero or like a comic book character. And
Yeah.
so that's just how I wanted to portray myself. Like I just felt like
Yeah.
that's how I go about stuff. Like so yeah, that's a
Yeah.
little peek into my life. Y'all just were in my room. So I hope you
Yeah.
got I hope everybody,
That's so nice
you're
of
just
you to share that with us.
yeah.
What was the name you used to put music out under? Or what names?
C3
Do you have other
C3 music.
C
So there yeah,
C3
C3 music.
like
Some
the
people
letter
still call me
C
C3. Yeah.
C3? Okay.
Yeah, C3. Oh, because my name is Curtis Cornelius Charity.
Yes.
Um
Yeah. I
oh
know,
this is
and I always call you Sin because I just like calling you Sin.
can y'all see this? This was the original cover for the I
Okay.
found it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so it was all right, but like it's like
Yeah.
shadow
Yeah.
work, whatever.
I
But
mean, the
yeah,
artwork is
yeah.
so cool for your release, and let's like shout out Scoob too for
Oh
really
my! fuck. Well, okay, so
I know people will probably never see this or hear it because they're off the
I
grid, but hey.
I wish I could. I wish I could live like Scoob, but I
I,
you know, I do music, so I can't live like Scoob. Oh my god,
yeah,
Scoob.
Scoob. For those who don't know, Scoob is a volunteer that's been with us for years and does all the like graphic design stuff for getting people's artwork onto J cards and does lyrics books when people want them. Is very talented, so cool, and we're hoping to get Scoob some money. That's what we're
Oh my
working
god. Yeah,
towards. But definitely.
they jumped into my brain, and I just
Yes.
we didn't talk that much. We really didn't talk that much. We shared like between you, me and Scoop, we sent a couple emails here and there, but we didn't talk too much on details,
Yeah.
on everything. And somehow they just jumped into my brain
Yeah.
and put that cover together.
Yeah.
And
Just
yeah, I don't even know.
everything.
Yeah,
It.
I don't know. That probably for me out of the release is probably my favorite thing. Probably number two is the tape, but
Yes.
that
Well,
that cover and the lyric booklet, like that's so special to me. That was so special to me because that's
yeah.
what I used to play with as a kid. So yeah.
Yeah. If you buy it on Bandcamp, digitally, tape, whatever, like you'll get the lyric download of a PDF of the lyric booklet. It is very cool. Scoop was just so excited to work with you and just really, really loved it and was really proud of what they did too with it. And they went above and beyond and even made you that really cool logo.
Oh
I love
my
it.
God, I can't even
Yeah.
show the logo now. Oh
And
my God.
I remember when I said to you, like, oh, Cin the Ciege, and then you had in your email, it had said Sinistar, and I was like, oh my God. I'm like, do you know that game, that old game, old video game?
That oh
It's,
yeah,
yeah,
oh Benediction, that song. Yeah. That yeah, we used to play that this for those that don't know, this old game. I didn't play it in its original format. I played it
I
emulated on the
did because I'm
N64.
old.
You're not, you're getting younger. I played it was this and it's terrifying. To
It
this
is.
day, if
That's
I
why
were
I
to
loved
still
it.
yeah, if I were to still play that game, it's terrifying because you just don't know where they're gonna pop out at. But for those that don't know, this game is like you're riding around in this spaceship and you're just shooting some things, and then you just hear this voice like, "I'm near you, I hunger," and it's like,
Yeah.
what the
Run,
hell is going
coward.
on? Yeah, run. Like what the fuck? And then it would just scream and eat you. So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that. Oh my god.
I loved it. I used to go to the arcade at the mall, and that was my favorite. I sucked at it, but I loved it because it would scare me. Like I got really into like just, the adrenaline or whatever. It was just it's such a cool game. And the Sinistar guy, like his big old face.
Yeah, that shit is terrible. Like games, they don't. I mean, they make some scary shit, but that is just naturally like basics of scare, how to scare somebody and pull somebody into something at the same time. Like
Yeah. Yeah, it's a cool game, and you can hear like clips of it on YouTube because I found it there. I actually
yeah.
sampled some of that for the Hellcoil album.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's coming out Halloween. But anyway, it was just so cool. And then I think there's someone else who also within Grimalkin knew about Sinistar, so it's just exciting because I hadn't even thought about it and for so long. So it's a fun game,
That's
and yeah,
definitely
people
like
should
one of
look for it.
those treasures that like if you know you're connected. Like yeah.
Yeah, and so that the logo that Scoob
Oh
made,
my god.
it,
Yeah.
yeah,
How
yeah,
the fuck did they do that?
yeah. They took part of the Sinistar uh,
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I was just like,
I
but they
didn't even get
adapted.
how they got
I have no
the
idea.
format of the what do you call it? What do you call that shit? I guess it's probably simple for school, but I don't know how they did that. I don't
I
know how they flipped it and made it
I
work.
don't
So
either. But it's really cool, and I was like, oh my God, that's perfect. That's like just so
yeah,
perfect.
gotta talk. I gotta talk back to school because yeah, I gotta make some. We gotta figure out how to connect them, and we're gonna do some merch soon with that. I think because that's just gonna be a standard. That's the logo. there's not going to be, that's the logo.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
So,
Well, you got Scoob's email, and
yeah.
I can they text me through Signal. Like that's the only way they'll talk to me besides
I
the
wish I
email.
could show y'all right now because it's like it's literally it's on this phone that I'm talking on. So
Yeah, it's just funny. So Scoob's like this elusive person that is just really off the grid, you know, and I like respect it so much. They like don't like, you know, Google watching what the only reason why they use Gmail at all is just to help for us because they need to use our like OneDrive, you know, or Google Drive or whatever to put
yeah,
stuff in. But yeah, they're no social media whatsoever.
I'm such.
I'm like,
I'm
that's amazing. I wish I could live life
yeah,
without
and
social.
live it and live it. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
they're a really cool person. So, all right, well, enough of that. Let's talk about in general. Like, I want to hear like about your influences, whether it's like any kind of influence. Doesn't just have to be music. Influences, you could talk about influences specifically to this album or just in general.
Um, let's see. So, my favorite one artist, Michael Jackson, controversial figure. What everybody's controversial at this point in day and age. Shit, you know, you just find out shit. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's
Yeah,
perfect. I'll just leave it there.
that's I
Just leave it
I
there.
can't help but separate the person from the music either, because like tell me I can't listen to Off the Wall.
Yeah,
I can't tell me I can't listen to that again. Like I can't.
yeah, yeah. And I don't think anybody should feel bad. I mean, there are some people because I know people debate Mr. Kelly, but they make great music.
Oh,
They make great music, though, and that's the shitty part, crazy part. They wrote what's the song? You Are Not Alone for Michael Jackson. They wrote that.
oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So crazy. Prince. My
Yeah,
favorite
I
four. My favorite
can
four
totally
always.
see all that too. Like Prince. Like yeah.
My favorite four were Michael Jackson, Prince, Janet Jackson, and Madonna. Those were my all
Oh yeah.
fucking controversial as fuck. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite
Yeah.
four. And some old school people like James Brown, and I really like Beyonce.
Yeah.
Some current people, I am in love with JPEG Mafia. I just saw
Oh
their show a
yeah.
month or so ago.
You
Actually, I
did?
got a note. Yeah, I saw their show. I got their CD too. They're really like, yeah, Scaring the Hoes. That's their like new CD. Not,
Yeah.
I don't want to promote anybody else's work, but you know,
Well,
it was a cool ass cover. It
I
was a cool
mean,
ass cover.
they're awesome,
Yeah,
right?
the covers is fucking incredible. But yeah. Scaring the Hoes. I gotta make sure I'm gonna grab my Gaytrix tapes up and put them on display real quick so I don't just to promote JPEG. But yeah. Oh my God, shout out to Michael. I think I saw Michael.
Michael Riders
Yeah,
in the
Michael
chat.
Ryder, Tierra, and
Tierra,
Andrew. I'm not sure who's watching.
Tierra,
And
Tierra and
Eli.
Andrew.
There are some like those are
Eli.
some
Oh,
those are
yes.
some people today that I know that really kind of inspire my character almost, or how I can look at somebody and be like, you know what, that's an artist that's just doing it, that I know that's just doing it. They're just doing
That's
it.
so awesome.
Yeah.
You know, something that Eli and I actually, so Eli came over Monday to the Airbnb before I, you know, I headed back, and we were talking, and we were talking about how you are so awesome. Like you actually have listened to Grimalkin artists. Like,
Yeah.
like that is like not everyone does. You know, that's part of our community. It's kind of funny.
The
A
crazy
lot
part,
do, a lot do.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, yeah. And
and
I'm just like, wow, that's awesome.
with Eli, I think I might have in transition. I remember when I met Eli, we played a show years ago at the Camel. It was like some songwriter
Yeah,
thing.
gosh,
And
yeah, they told me.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
don't even know if they were going by the same name or had the same like identity as, you know, they go by
Yeah,
now. But
I'm
yeah,
not sure. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
but
know how good it was. They did tell me about it, and they said, "Oh, they're a good performer." They were saying that about you.
yeah, so it's just crazy how everything kind of comes full circle. Tierra, I knew Tierra when I was still under C3 Music.
Okay.
Um, so
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, that's
yeah, it's
right.
just crazy how everything goes full circle.
Yeah. I remember you telling me you kind of heard about Grimalkin a little bit through um I think Tierra and Andrew. I think you told me that.
Yeah,
And
and
then
watching them too, like I can say them particularly. I literally watched them kind of grow into where they're at. So
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
been very interesting. Um,
very
yeah,
cool.
I can't
Yeah,
wait for their album.
and I think I think the first time I met you, uh you came to Garden Grove show. And I think Kelly Francis Corrado was in town, and then I was playing with her, and I
Okay.
can't remember. I think that was the first time I met you. I'm not sure. Maybe think. Do you remember that?
Yes, I remember it because I went there recently before that time,
Oh, you
and
did? Maybe, and then I did.
no, but
Yeah.
I went there for somebody else's set. Like I guess when people were kind of doing stuff at Garden Grove. I don't know if they still do they still
Yes,
do
they
set
do.
there, but
Yes, they
okay.
have shows there. Yeah, yeah.
But I remember seeing y'all, and I was like, I'm not just the type of person when I reach out, I'm like, oh, just I want to be an artist. Like, no, I'm gonna go see what everybody does,
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember just me walking in there, and I'm thinking to myself, what an interesting bunch. I like this already. It's like, what an interesting bunch. What an interesting bunch. So, yeah.
Yeah. I
And you
am
got great
so
music too.
grateful.
You got
What?
great music too. So you got great
Oh,
music too. So,
thank you.
um, yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm very grateful that you came into Grimalkin's world. That's all I can say. I mean, and my personal world. You're just an awesome person. So,
You share my world and I share your world. So, yeah.
yeah. And a lot of people care about what we do, of course, but like you just take it, you you like put it, like you sincerely like do stuff to actually like help us a lot. Like, it's like it's just so it's rare, and so it's really like we can tell like how invested you are and stuff like that, like just putting up those all the flyers for us, and bringing
That day.
bringing Khadija bringing
Oh,
Khadija, to
yeah. Oh my
yeah,
gosh. There's
Khadija's so
something
awesome.
I'm going to talk about that too because I'm thinking about putting out. I have this thing. I always sit my phone down and record it when I do a live set, and that set Saturday was just so special. So I'm
Oh, it
thinking
was.
put
You were.
something together to do like a live, maybe like a live Gaytrix album, release that or something. Like we'll talk about
Yeah.
that because I've already messed with some of the recordings. But yeah. I lost train of thought. Shit.
Well, you were talking about Khadija, the show. I
Yeah,
brought up Khadija.
yeah, Khadijah, they were just I'm not sure their pronouns, but yeah, I was loading and they asked me if I needed any help with anything, and we just got out there. We were talking about first we were talking about the name because I was like Khadijah, that is like one of
I'm
my
pretty
favorite
sure
names on earth.
it's she, her
Yeah, okay,
for Khadija. Yeah,
okay.
I'm pretty
Khadijah
sure.
is just one of my favorite names from Living Single, but I was just like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I love you already.
Yeah.
I just love your fucking name. And
Yeah, we
their
were
spirit
talking
is
about Queen
just so
Latifah.
yeah. And that's
Yes, I was.
another influence. That's a recent influence of mine too. No, going
Oh
back on
yeah.
that. Like, yeah, I didn't get into Queen Latifah's like when I was younger, but now hearing them and yeah, that's another influence. But
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved when I was younger. I had tape and UNITY.
Oh my God. UNITY.
That's unity. Yes. And she's just so cool. Like everything, I just feel like she's like beautiful. Like I think I don't
That's
know.
one of
I
the
think
first
she's also hot.
movies. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You said what?
Yeah. I said she's hot. I said.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Queen Latifah's hot. Yeah.
Yeah. In many, many
That's
ways.
one of the first movies I ever remember seeing was Set It Off too. That I can just remember. My parents used to let us watch horrible shit. Um, but Set It Off was one of the first movies I can just like think of. I remember watching that and Queen Latifah getting shot and shit. So yeah.
Yeah, and like it was kind of funny too because just not funny, but just coincidence. Like I would say within the last year, my partner and I did a like living single merit. Like went through all the seasons again. and watched it.
Yeah,
It's such a good show. It's
I'm gonna rewatch that show.
it is.
I only like
And
watching old shows.
you know what's crazy? I forget what's her name. Why am I not remembering? My brain is so bad with names, but the one actress on Living Single, the one that's really funny. Anyway, she recently
Kim. I want to say Kim.
Well, all of them are awesome. So it's hard. It's not. I can't remember what it wasn't Kim her name on the show. I can't remember.
The
But
thick madame.
yes.
The thick one. The funny. I know you're talking about. I know exactly you're talking about. Yeah, she's fucking crazy.
What was her? Anyway, she recently was on a soap I I watched playing like a crazy person. It was hilarious. My one of those I'm in the soaps and it's so great because another soap the same soap has what the mom from Sister and what's her name again? Why did I forget her name? Anyway, there's all these people who were on like these shows back in the day that I'd watched that are like on 227. Do you remember that show 227?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Jackie
K.
Jack Hay. Yes. Yeah, she's on the soap I watch now too.
Yeah.
Like it's great. And also the other person that was on 227 who was hilarious, who like sit at the window a lot and like can't remember what her name is either, but she's on the same soap too. And then so was that other anyway, never mind. I was going off on a tangent here.
On the old school things, one thing, Cin the Ciege. My sister from Full House, my sister calls, for Full House, she calls DJ Deej. My sister started calling me Ciege.
Oh.
My sister's called me Ciege all my life. So somehow that just worked into the name. So. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, so are there any other like influences that you wanted to talk about? Or even just like what are you listening to now? You could talk about both or
Yeah. Let's see. Like I listen to now, like I'll go through. I'm a very big on like artists, so I'll get into like an artist world. I'm not one of those people that can put on a playlist and just like listen to like a bunch of random songs. I just can't do it. I can't. I don't know. I respect people that can.
Like listening to albums.
Yeah. Oh my.
God, yeah. I'm gonna applaud that.
Yeah.
Just because we've gotten to a point now with streaming where nobody does that anymore.
Yeah. It's so I don't know. It just feels like it's just you're not connected. So, yeah. JPEG. I mentioned JPEG. Yeah, it switches. Hiatus Coyote. They are one of my that's somebody now.
I'll have to check that out.
You haven't listened to Hiatus Coyote? Oh my gosh.
No, I don't.
They're so good. Oh my god. They're from Australia and they sing R&B soul type music with like some rock elements in there and stuff.
Cool.
I like this crazy rock band, Jala. It's an all-female led rock band and they're really like soul rock. I can't think of any like modern day political influences.
Okay. Yeah.
But like people like Martin Luther King and stuff like their ideology.
Yeah.
And I will say like Muhammad Ali. I had this Muhammad Ali book.
Yeah.
I love Muhammad Ali. Just that's where I get my little shit talking from because I just like hater to love.
Oh my god, he's the greatest.
Yeah.
For real.
I had this book. Wrestling is wrestling.
That's right. I remember we were talking about wrestling. Yes.
Wrestling is definitely if I have three loves in the world. So first it's like music, it'd be video games, and it'd be wrestling. So wrestling is one of my biggest influences too. I say something like that in one of my songs. What's that song? Dun, 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 dun. I can't remember my own songs. Can't reach my legacy. You cannot rest with me. Equity. You call that triple C's. Yeah, that's a pedigree. So Yeah. So yeah, I love wrestling. I love wrestling.
So do you have, I don't
Men
know
in
if I'd know them now because
Men in
I grew up
tights.
with your favorite. What's your favorite wrestlers?
The Rock,
Okay.
Stone Cold,
Okay.
Mankind, Undertaker. See,
I know all these.
I'm
No.
such an old school head though too. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
really
because
like
I
the
know
new
all
shit.
these. I know.
I don't really like the new shit. I don't really like the new shit. I'm not too big on the new shit. That's
Okay,
when
so
everybody was watching wrestling.
I see. So you're not actually like, you don't watch it like currently all the time or
Oh yeah,
anything
I
like
do.
that. Oh,
I have a little friend. And they're big into it. We just kind of connected recently. But I have a friend, and we just like they shove it down. I've been watching it a lot more lately than usual. Just because but I love wrestling, so I always kind of keep an eye on what are they doing now.
yeah. What was I gonna say? I just went out my head. So if it comes back, if it's about wrestling, I was gonna ask you, but now I
I said
can't.
I wanted to be a wrestler one day. I'm going to get in the wrestling ring one day. I'm going to do that one day. I'm going
Oh,
to do that.
yes, you were telling me about a video game you were playing with wrestling. And we were also talking about like, wow, like you need to have a wrestling persona. You need to come.
Yeah,
That'll be
no,
so
we'll
awesome.
get to that. I gotta think because I used to like, well, that's why I always like creating stuff. So like when I play wrestling games, they have this thing where you can create your own wrestler, and I would just sit there and like for hours just
Just
making a
making the
wrestler.
wrestler, right?
Yeah.
That's
Um,
yeah, that's cool. It'd be so funny we had a show and like we could like announce you like they do the wrestlers. Like when you coming out on stage to perform
hold up.
you come out and have like a crew like carrying you on like one of those like
Oh my
chairs
God,
like
give me some ideas. Oh, come on, Graham.
I want to see it.
Oh my
It would be so great.
gosh, that's gonna be some shit. Yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, so I guess well I guess you did kind of tell me what you're listening to now. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to shout out about that stuff before we move on.
Well, for the people in the chat, definitely listen to Michael Ryder, Tierra, and Andrew, and listen to Eli, because there's some great artists in this city that
Yes, Tierra and
that do.
Andrew,
In this city, I love Richmond.
Michael Ryder.
I do love Richmond,
Sorry.
and Michael's in New York.
Yeah,
I
but
do love.
from here, from Richmond,
Okay, so
from Richmond.
I'll consider them. They're a hybrid.
Yeah.
Uh, there's so many great artists, and I feel like the city sometimes gets stuck in like certain genres, and they
Mm.
just don't see or get stuck in their holes, and they don't see like just all the great talent down here. But Grimalkin has some of the best already, and it's just crazy what people listen to and what people say, and everything should be celebrated. It's all great, but
Yeah, Richmond
yeah,
has
I had
so
to
yeah.
getting on some deep shit, but I had to stop going to certain spaces because I was like, I
Mm.
don't want to be around a big. I'm gonna call it what it is, and this is a wrestling term. I don't want to be around a big circle jerk. So I just can't. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Like you seeing the talent we got too. People producing their own records and like y'all are coming out here rapping over your own vocals and shit, and I'm out here bringing a whole guitar. Like I can't be in the circle jerk anymore. So. I'm just glad that I'm at home with Grimalkin. And that's why I'm big on Grimalkin too, because it's like that's my home right now. And building it up. You got to kind of help build the
Yes,
house that you're in. So
yes, yeah. We're very lucky to have someone like you be a part of our collective. That's for sure. And I really appreciate you. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna say about Richmond. Like, I feel like I'm constantly, always learning about another awesome artist that I hadn't heard of. Making music in Richmond. It's just like it's
yeah,
it's constant. So
there's
it's
this
like
other artist too, Aaron in the Wildfire. I don't know if you've heard of them.
no, I don't think
They
so.
oh,
It's not.
oh my
Yeah.
God, they have a beautiful voice. I heard them one time, but yeah, it's so much great talent out here. So. I just wish
Yeah.
people listen to your mainstream stuff, but really like take an ear if call yourself a music aficionado or avid listener or whatever. Like listen to people you might know in real life.
Yes. Yes. And support your community. And also, like, I mean, underground music and experimental music, that's where it's at, and that's what all the people who are like famous, they just steal from, pretty
Is
much. Is
Bobby
what.
Sage still in here? Bobby Sage, yeah, right. Bobby, yeah. Somebody said that. Somebody
Oh,
hit me
did
up all the
they?
time. Bobby Sage, they're a great artist too. They do a lot of experimental stuff. They were in here. I don't know if they're still in here.
Okay.
But somebody said that one time. They were like, one of my muses. They did the Pop That video with me when I was still like under C3 Music. But they hit me up all the time. They're like into spirituality, and they're like, Curtis, I think somebody's stealing your music. And I was like, no, nobody's stealing my music. No, no, no. But like that is the thing.
Oh, it is.
A lot of these mainstream
Yes,
artists be
yes,
looking
they
at.
do.
So that's why I also too am very big on like everybody that's in this chat. If you do any creative works, immediately, as soon as you can, if anything, go copyright your material. Like
Yeah.
go do that shit.
Or just
It's 30. It's 30.
or just have it. I think legally, you just have to have it proof. Like, so if you have the recording, or you have the sheet music, or you have the that you did, I think that is all you need to do to
Yeah,
prove.
that legal, yeah. As soon as it's done in a tangible format.
Yeah.
If anybody needs like help with that, just reach out to Graham, reach
Yeah.
out to me, because I'm like very big on that shit. Like,
Oh, well, that's awesome. So Octavia the Great is actually putting together like a workshop about all that kind of stuff. So
oh my God, I
royalty.
would love to be a part
So
of it at some point.
maybe we could get you, I can get you in on that, and kind of, because we're at the step now where we gotta just figure out like visuals and things like that for the. But I mean, she did make something, so we just have to like. I'm gonna send it to you, and you can look it over and see if like maybe we can do the workshop with you
Yeah,
too.
I used to sit at a lot of artists like improvement workshops, and that's how I picked up a lot of knowledge on that. So
Yeah, a lot
yeah.
of people have been asking for that kind of support, and so it just takes a while to get everything together, so you can do like a workshop, and then we record it, so then going forward, we can like send it out to folks. But basically, she goes over like how to register your music in various places to get all the royalties, because it's like so complicated.
It is. It's like you got
Yeah.
the copy. You officially copyright your material. Then you got to pick: do you want BMI or ASCAP?
Yeah.
Do you have the funds at the time to do one or the other? If you don't, you're locked into one for a little bit. Then
And then,
there's like
yeah,
performance.
performance.
Not the performance.
That's right.
That's the performance. There's
Performance.
other one, Sound Exchange. That's for your digital
Yep.
shit now.
Yep. And then
And
song trust.
they charge out the ass. So it's like some stuff by
Wait, Sound
choice you can't
Exchange?
do. I it's something
Nah,
that they charge for. It's somebody charges for. Maybe I
it's
misread it
not.
at the time.
Song Exchange doesn't cost anything. Song Trust is so you can get all of your royalties that are outside of the United States.
And I know an alternative to that one because I use the other. It's called Centric Music. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay.
I use Centric.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you what, because like Octavia the Great only has experience, I think, with BMI too, whereas I use ASCAP. But I mean, they're very
Yeah,
similar.
they're pretty much the same. Most people probably pick one or the other, honestly, depending on what you have in your pocket at the time. Because ASCAP, you have to pay. But I think ASCAP,
I didn't pay.
You don't have to pay? What?
No.
I'm
Unless
cool
there's some
BMI.
services that they do charge extra for, but no, no. I
Oh my
registered, no.
gosh. I wanted ASCAP because I like, even though I learned some history on a lot of them, some color line type history.
Oh, no.
Not that they stand for any of that now, because I mean, stuff changes.
Yeah, I think I just I don't think I really didn't know what to do, and I think I just tossed a coin and went with with ASCAP.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't pay.
I think I went with BMI because it was free at the time. I remember it was like $30-something. I thought it for ASCAP.
Oh, well,
I just can't remember.
Maybe they did at some point, but no, nothing for that, and nothing for Sound Exchange. Song Trust does have a fee, a one-time fee, and I think I got a coupon online, and I basically did it for an experiment to see. It's really not worth the money unless you have songs that are really gonna get tons of streams, and especially from people outside the United States. But I think I might for that one song I told you about. So I just wanted to see like what's going to happen so I can like let people know if it's worth it to them. But basically $80 is, I think it's somewhere around 100, but I think I got it for $80. It's a one-time fee, and then they keep I forget the percent of, you know, there's a percent like 10 or 15%. I can't remember. But I decided to try it and see like if anything comes of it. But like if you're not someone who's getting a lot of streams, then like you're just gonna be probably spending $80 and never see anything. You know what I mean? Like,
I got you.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah. But yeah, like performances, performance royalties. I know it depends on the venue. If the venue is connected, you can turn in your set list, and if and collect performing royalties. So yeah, it's kind of crazy that it shouldn't be that difficult. It shouldn't be like 10 different things. You know what I mean? That you have to keep track of and register. It's absurd. So,
and this is where it comes to when we were talking about the other night of like why there isn't a union in music, because it's so much shit to it. Like you just so many variations of how artists might go about stuff that you can't really put everyone in the same category, or I don't know what the hell they're doing. So hey, well, we went off on a music business.
That's okay. We're gonna talk more about it, but before we do that, I wanted to know. So like, you know, Grimalkin, we're obviously about more than just music and music releases, and you know, one of the things we do is we try to encourage people to get more active in their local communities, and so we ask if, you know, can you choose an organization that either you're passionate about to give your tape proceeds to, or if you aren't already, like we can even help you research some organizations in your, or recommend if we already know some in your city, and we try to, you know, encourage that. And I know you were passionate about Black Pride RVA, and that's where the tape proceeds are going. And I anything you want to say about Black Pride RVA, it would be awesome to hear.
So yeah, everybody's connected through music through me, but I did a set with them years ago. But just like as a Black LGBTQ artist, just as a person in general, like they were a group that I felt like really comfortable around. And there's not a lot of spaces that, like, you know, Black people, queer Black people or whatever can like feel accepted, and you know, and there's like a stigma with racism within the LGBTQ community and shit too. Mm-hmm. So like I talk about it now, you know, you still go to Godfrey's and it's still a white and a Black night, if people don't know that. It still is a thing. Like Wednesday is white night and Friday's Black night.
What?
That's still a fucking thing. Nobody really talks about it, but it's still a fucking thing. It's still a thing.
Really?
They don't call it that, but that's the crowd you see. It's still a thing. Yeah, it's still a thing.
Okay.
But yeah, no, Black Pride, they made me feel really like welcomed, and then they just do. And then I got connected with them through Nation Foundation, and that's you know, testing and health and, you know, knowledge and breaking stigmas and things like that.
Yes.
So yeah.
We love Nation Foundation. Zakia is a huge influence on on me being like having the desire and motivation to try and do what we're doing with Grimalkin. Like I met her and she built Nations from nothing. And
oh my gosh, yeah.
She's just really an awesome person.
Yeah. You still meet people like that in life like that. But yeah, those are the found. Probably the next project I do with Grimalkin, I'll probably pick Nation because I'm gonna try to share. I was like debating. I was literally having an argument with myself. Which one do I want to do right now? So
well, I'm glad you picked Black Pride RVA just because that's an organization that we haven't been connected with. So I would like to get more connected with them. Like it'd be great if they were a community partner of ours too, because Nations is.
and I
And
can't think of the contact because it's two older. I want to say I'm not sure if they go by they, them, ladies, or but they're just really cool as shit, and they do events and stuff,
yeah,
and they just bring people out. Yeah,
yeah.
they're really
And
cool. They're really cool.
and that's like another reason why we also encourage it too, because then it helps our community in general get to know other organizations. I mean, that's what it's about. Like we're not going to get the world we want by ourselves in our own little vacuums. Like we have to connect, with other organizations, especially like queer and Black organizations that have been doing this work for for forever.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um and so yeah, so it's really cool. And yeah, I know with Nate. So you got connected then from Nations to Black Pride Art
Yeah,
Week. Is that what I heard? Oh,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Because I go get testing regularly. I'm on
Yeah,
PrEP and all that stuff. So,
yeah,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
very big on that.
Yeah, they connected me to VAVP, which is really cool. That's
Okay,
how I got
okay,
involved.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'll just have to say shout out to Zakia in general because she's been tremendously supportive of Grimalkin. Gave us like basically free advice, and I was like, no, we gotta pay you for that. You know what I mean? Like about nonprofit and versus like LLC, and I don't know, and just in a lot of other ways. She's just been supportive of our work, and then I got connected to Carla, who does our accounting,
Okay,
through Zakia. They're good friends. Carla does the accounting for Nations and VAVP, and that's how we met Carla. And Carla has been an amazing. I couldn't have done this what we've done without her either, and her encouragement and her belief in us and what we're doing.
I still don't think I've met Carla. Have I? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, maybe not. She's really busy, but she came to our board meeting, and I'm sure she'll be at our board meeting in January.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, you should meet her. I mean, she's like she's just she's just so great, and she's someone who's really I don't know how to say like when you need somebody to like tell you no, don't let that person do that to you, or don't like what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she she's like been like that for me too, like kind of supporting me in this way where like I don't know if I would have had the gumption or like confidence to be like, you know what, you're right, Carla. Like it's like, like I don't know why I'm allowing that
No,
to
sometimes
happen.
you need those hard asses around you to like kind of like
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. She's gonna let you know too if you're doing well, if you're fucking up, if you you know what I mean? Like, and I love that. Eli's like that too. And like
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's the kind of people you need to have in your life. Not just people who are gonna cheerlead you, but also let you know like, hey, why are you doing that? Or why are you letting that person do that? Like, looking out for you, kind of have your back. Setting you straight too when you need to be set straight. That's important.
Yeah.
Do that in a compassionate way. Like if you have to tell
Tough
somebody,
love. Like
yeah, yeah,
Judge
yeah,
Mathis.
yes, but in the best
Yeah.
possible way. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
I
like
guess.
court shows too.
Oh, do you?
Oh my god, I love me some. I watch TV like if I sit down and watch. Well, to this day, I just got like old movies on my laptop, but like I watch TV like my grandma. Like if I sit down and watch TV, I'm watching. Price is Right comes on at 11, and or the court shows come on. I am still watching. Only thing I can't do you do the soaps. I can't do the soaps.
It's an old thing. I grew up, my mom, my grandmom were into it, and I used to watch General Hospital after school with my mom and my brother, and I just kind of got hooked. Like it's just one of those things. It's so campy. Like I have an affection for things that are like don't take themselves too seriously. Also,
Yeah.
soaps have been really important in bringing social issues to the mainstream. Like they really have. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
I know people like talk shit about soaps or think they're stupid, but I you know I
Oh,
I
I've noticed my mom watching them, and I'm like, Yeah, soaps have gotten a little gay over the years. I'm kind
Oh,
of liking this when I see
yes, they
it. So
have. Yes, they have. I love it. I love
yeah,
it. I want to see
yeah,
more of
yeah.
it.
I'm like, Mom, I might be into this stuff.
Yes. Yeah, General Hospital, like finally, like actually hired a trans woman who's a doctor, and she's, obviously trans in real life. She's
Wow,
on
wow,
the show. And
wow,
she's
wow.
really awesome. Her character's so cool. Anyway, and no, soaps are, and the soap opera I was referring to that had all the folks from like all these old shows is Days of Our Lives, which is super campy. I mean,
Yeah,
they literally had characters possessed by Satan,
that
like a whole.
that's what it was. Okay, because I remember my grandma watching it. It
Oh
might have
well,
been that, and
Satan came back again recently, possessed the same possessed the same person, the same character.
I might be
He's still
able
on.
to get into some soaps.
Oh
I
my
think I
God,
need
I
to try
loved
that.
it. I was all about it. I was like, I don't know, it's just so ridiculous. And yeah. Anyway, it's campy.
Yeah.
And I love campy stuff, anything campy. And then of course there is more gay stuff on the soaps now, so that's cool.
I like that
Um
they don't, stuff. I like old media too because it never like, it's TV. You never take anything like too serious. And
yes. Yeah, and
that's why I like, yeah.
I was just gonna say, like, I don't know if you into Twin Peaks, but so David Lynch is also like a soap fan, and like it was the Twin Peaks. It was very soapy, and then they would like have a soap within this in the show that
Oh,
the characters were
wow.
watching. It was, if you haven't seen Twin Peaks,
I'm gonna
I
check that
recommend
out.
you should
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you should check it out. I think you'd like Twin Peaks. I think you would if you
I
haven't
will. I
seen it.
will check that out. I will check that out when I actually sit down
Yeah.
and watch something.
Yeah, it's weird. Like they did another season recently, and it's definitely different, but it's also equally cool. It's
Okay.
weirder. It's even
Okay.
weirder.
Okay.
Less campy and well, no, there's campy. No, it's
See, yeah, I like campy ass shit. Like I like we were talking about that the other night. I love Incredible Hulk from the 80s and
oh
70s
yes,
with
we were
Bill
talking about.
Bixby.
I love that show. I
Yeah.
used to watch with my brother.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So the Hulk is your favorite.
Oh God, yeah, I love the Hulk. Actually, is that right here?
I
Do
really like the Hulk too.
Yeah.
He's lonely. He just wants to be loved and normal, and he can't.
This
Yeah.
is the death of the Incredible.
Oh, okay. Wait, you cut out. What happened? Your volume cut out. Can you
Hello?
hear me? Yes, now I hear you.
Because my phone's on life support. This is a refurbished phone.
Oh
But
no.
no, it's
I hope we can make
all
it.
good. No, we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it.
Okay.
Let me see.
So yeah. Oh,
But yeah.
it's hard. I'm really bad at keeping up with the chat while I'm on the video. So I see some folks I see lightning pill coming through.
Yeah, they've been popping through. A lot
Yeah,
of people have been popping through and
yeah.
saying hi. So
We we
yeah.
we love them. Okay, so I guess I don't know if there's any other mutual aid you wanted to talk about in Richmond. But like if not, then like obviously too, like Grimalkin, like we're trying to,
Yeah.
make changes, make new systems, new structures of support, so that hopefully, in the not too far future, at least maybe it won't happen in my lifetime, but I'm hoping eventually all the structures of the music industry that are currently in place, like Spotify and major record label, I don't even, there's hardly any left anymore that are, they've all like consolidated to like monster labels, and just stuff like that. Like the situation has happened with Bandcamp right now.
Yeah.
That all that
You
should
just
be
broke that to me.
obsolete. That'll all be obsolete because we'll have created what we need to take care of ourselves. Because I really believe that we have the resources, the wherewithal, the power, and if we work together, and wealth too, collectively together to care for ourselves and be at a place where we can make a living wage doing art and music. And like that's, you know, that's our vision anyway for the future. And so I guess I wanted to hear from you, you know, just some of the things that you don't like about what are like currently, you know, like the powers of that be in music and the industry and the business, if you want to talk about that.
Music industry. Oh,
Yes.
how I wanted as a child to be in it.
Yeah.
But we are in it in a sense because it's the way
Oh,
you
we
look
are.
at it.
Oh,
You know,
we
it's the
are.
way you look at it. We're just not in the industry bullshit industry.
That's right.
The mainstream conglomerate industry. But
Yeah. Fuck the industry.
I just yeah, no, I know. I just wish that I just wish that artists knew that the power that they had really.
Yeah.
And didn't feel like you had to sell your soul more or less just to put out your work.
Yeah.
And I mean
Exploited.
it's nothing wrong with making connections and things like that, but you
No,
know,
yeah.
like another artist like you know, or you know, maybe if more artists were more into like, you know, if you do want to work with a big company, okay, let me not sign all my rights away. Let me have some power and maybe just sign you to a licensing deal or something. Like, let me not just give you all my masters. You know? That's why I listen to people like JPEG and them.
Yeah.
Because they do deals like that. And Hiatus Coyote, they do deals like that. They didn't just sign all their shit away.
Yeah.
And streaming is something that bothers me. I like the concept. I just don't like where it went.
Yeah.
I don't like where it's headed. Yeah, and the pay. Oh my God, the .000 of a zero of a zero.
Of a penny a stream. Yes, for those who don't know, I always just like to put it out there again and again because you'd be surprised how many conversations I had with just regular people like that aren't musicians. They just you know, they stream music. That's how they listen to music, and they don't know. Most don't even know about Bandcamp, but we can talk about that then. But you know, just don't realize they think they're supporting their favorite artists, you know, by streaming their music, when in reality, in general, this is like just a generalization. You have to make, you know, you have to have 200 streams to make $1, 2,000 streams to make $10. So just imagine that. Who's, you know, that's just awful. You know, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. What do you? Well, that's why. Well, we're Bandcamp, but
yeah,
you know.
Well, in UMA, the United Musicians Workers Alliance, I think I said that in the wrong order, but yeah, they're working on trying to, you know, get some new legislation around, you know, that, because the problem is we have, you know, I'm 51, so I'm not trying to be ageist, but we just have a whole lot of old politicians, lifelong politicians, and they don't, I just don't, and plus technology has like worked faster or progressed faster than our legal system can. And then they also are old people who don't, you know, like it's like it hasn't caught up.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole. We need to have a whole live on just that, just what all of that is like. But if anything, I would just say, like, you know, music industry. I just give advice to artists and just say, you can put out your music, and you can think creatively of ways to, you know, still being alive, act. I don't know. Some people have just committed to being online and thinking that streaming can be your source of, you know, literally Saturday, I made more money than my streaming from about 2-3 years worth.
Right. And like I didn't check it for 2022 or for 2023, but I remember I looked at what we made on DistroKid for all of our streaming combined compared to everything we made from Bandcamp, and it was literally over 4,000% more on Bandcamp than DistroKid. We lose money on DistroKid because it costs more than we get back.
I got you.
Just crazy. So like that just tells you, and that's another reason why it's just so sad to see what has happened to Bandcamp. What's happening with Bandcamp. So yeah, I don't know.
We don't know.
We were talking about it, I know, before we got on live Instagram, and you know, it was like really sad news, like after this 2 days of the you know, festival, which was so great, and celebration and support, you know, it's just this celebration of everything, and then coming back Monday and then opening Twitter and like, what the I was like, yeah, so they laid off. If those who don't know, the owner of Bandcamp had sold it to Epic, and then they
Epic Games, everyone.
Yeah, Epic Games, and then and they said it was because which is true. I tried to take them at face value at first, you know, I'm like, okay, then I'll feel good about this, but let's see what happens. And they were saying how, like, so Bandcamp was a pretty small company originally, you know, it was a small company, and maybe had, I forget, like 50, definitely not tons of employees or anything like that. And, you know, they built this really incredible supportive place for underground music, the editorial staff especially, you know, just really, and they were incredibly supportive of Grimalkin, you know, like the people that worked there really cared about our mission, what we're doing, would write about our artists. Yeah, and you know, not many. I could say maybe Wire Magazine's the only one, but I would say as far as big publications or bigger platforms, they and maybe Wire Magazine are probably the only ones that really cared about underground music. Didn't care if you were going to bring them revenue and clicks. You know what I mean? Like, of course, they covered bigger artists too, but they made a point to like support, you know, underground artists. And, you know, that was integral, I think, for Grimalkin's growth. And so coming back, you know, and looking at Twitter, and I'm hearing, and I heard they said they were going to lay off half the workers, because now, and it feels like it's to a pushback in reaction to Bandcamp employees forming a union. So Bandcamp United, you know, they after Epic Games bought them, they unionized, and it was a you know, it was a hard time, a long process. They finally got it. They're still in negotiations, but meanwhile, Epic sold. So after they unionized, they sold it to Song Trader, and you know,
and
I'm like,
aren't they another streaming company?
You know what? I can't remember everything that they do, but all I can say is it's like you knew that it's not going to be a good thing.
Yeah.
And it did seem like it was in reaction to Bandcamp United, the employees. It feels like that to me, like it was in reaction to them unionizing, you know, like, so I don't know what's going to happen, but Song Trader said they were going to do layoffs. And then they did. And so it was Monday, I saw that they had laid off half, and they laid off some people that absolutely all the people that work there are who made Bandcamp what it was, a successful, sustainable small business that supported underground artists. And it just all crap. Now it's just crap. Like the person who owned it said nothing was going to change, claimed that the reason why they were selling it to Epic was so that they could provide some of the things that people kept asking about that they just didn't have the personnel and resources to make, like an app that you can mix, you know, stuff of your Bandcamp collection.
Yeah.
You know, there were different things that people, you know, like people wanted and wished Bandcamp was better about, but because it was a small company, they didn't have, you know, the resources. And so that was supposedly, like, I remember I got an email explaining all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess that kind of makes sense. I don't know, let's see what happens. We, you know, and then after this, it's just like, but we definitely need to take our cues from Bandcamp United. You know, we're not doing anything until they tell us to boycott or bail, you know, but we're definitely going to be we're going to put in the money to either, it's time to invest the money to put this stuff on our website, regardless of whether there's another platform. And we're not taking it off Bandcamp until we're told like that's what we should do, but definitely got to move it to our website. Oh no. Oh no. Cin, where did you go? You're in the Gaytrix. Oh no. Well, let's hope Cin gets back in here. I wonder. Yeah, I see somebody saying blogs are about to jump off. I hope so. I mean, it was really sad though, because we lost so many independent blogs in the last couple of years. I don't know. But like for Grimalkin, it was just so helpful. Like Bandcamp really helped us grow, because it was a community of people who cared about our music. People wrote about our music. People checked out our music because of it. Got more followers and fans for our artists. Oh, hopefully Cin will come back. And you know, that was huge for us. And just some of the people who were that very supportive of us were ones that got laid off, you know. And so, oh yes, Cin's back. Here we go. Okay. Come on, Cin. I keep clicking go live with Cin, and then, oh, here we go.
Yes. My bad. I was playing with a button, and then it just like, I did something weird, and then, yeah, I was playing with a button. I was like literally playing with all these like things down here, and then I just like,
oh yeah, there's all these
like,
weird, yeah, there are weird, cool effects. There's one that makes you look like you're on fire. I don't know where it is. I know, and there's one that makes you look like, I can't remember. The fire one is really cool. Like you're on like flames. It's like weird. That looks like.
Well, let me not play around too much. Let me not go back into the Gaytrix.
Yeah, I was just telling people about how supportive it is of the staff that created Bandcamp, and they created this amazing platform, and how much it helped Grimalkin grow. And so it is sad news. But like, you know, some of the people who got laid off were people who were really, you know, supportive of us. And I mean, they really, the owner, I think his name is Ethan Diamond. I'm not sure if I got that right, but he fucked up like big time, you know. Like, in my opinion, I was like, why couldn't have he just like kept his salary and then let the people who are there decide how they want to run it? And then someone else was tweeting today, I think it was Mark Masters, who also writes for Bandcamp, was saying how maybe it wasn't them, but maybe they retweeted it. I can't remember. But basically, the Wire magazine, I didn't know this, but apparently they were like, ever wonder why Wire magazine still exists and you know, covers underground music? And because they've covered some of our artists, you know, and they're paper. And you know, like I said, they're big compared to, like, you know, Bandcamp and them. They're like the biggest, I'd say, publications that gave any care to what we were doing. And you know, gave our artists a chance, actually listened to the music, you know, and then wrote about it, like, you know, like, wow. And apparently when the owner didn't want to do it anymore, he sold it to the 5 or 6 permanent staff that are there now.
That's a great story. You know?
Yes. You know, I mean, there were options. I don't know if everybody there could have afforded it, but maybe there was a core group at band camp that could have pulled it together, pulled in resources together. Who knows? But like, this certainly did not need to. This did not have to happen.
Yeah.
For, you know, and it is very disappointing.
It's surprising too, because I mean, like, Bandcamp had to have started out of a love project, a passion. So it's like, you would think that they would have taken more care into whose hands it would have.
The owner, right? You think the owner would want to preserve the legacy, and instead it just sounds like he just wanted to make a lot of money. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
And he probably wouldn't have made as much money selling it maybe to staff that are there. I have no idea, but all I know is it's to me, it wasn't as surprising, just because it feels like this type of thing has been happening over and over and over again. Like, Amazon's ruined all like small businesses for books and things, used record store. It's just like, it's just the pattern of where we're at in capitalism and stuff. And
especially after COVID, think about all the businesses, places you used to go hang out at, and like, they're all gone. So
yeah. But I mean,
restaurants used to eat at.
Yeah, definitely. So it's just, it's very, I will say it's disappointing and sad, but it's really not that surprising. But it is kind of like, I don't know, I feel like I said, I'm trying to look at it like those folks. So this is what I feel like. Those folks who made Bandcamp a success, those small group of people, not the owner, the rest of the staff. I mean, they are people who really care about underground artists and music. And some of those people, I've seen other things that they've done, like as activists and things like that. Like, there's some really amazing, talented, passionate, great people that they had on staff that they've laid off. And some of those folks, I just know this is gonna be a good thing for them now, that since they sold it to Epic, they're gonna go on and do other better and greater things. And I just know that. I really do. I believe that. And anything that Grimalkin can do to support those folks, I would love to. I reached out to JJ about it. I haven't heard back, but I made a point yesterday, even though I was tired as hell when I saw the news, because I was like, I gotta like let some folks know that how I felt like I had to let people know how much I appreciated them, and stuff on Twitter and stuff. Just like, and just try to share some more uplifting ways that we could look at it to go forward, because you can get really caught up. Like, I know that when I lost my job of 7 years, like, I attended and stayed in that job till I retired. And when I lost my job, I thought it was the end of the world, because I did care so much about disability advocacy and work, and it was really important to me. And it was part of my identity, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like, when the pandemic hit and I lost my job, there was a short period of time where I was just like, this is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. But honestly, it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. And I just hope that, because I have the desire and the passion to do stuff. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna focus on Grimalkin now. And then now here we are. And so I just know those folks are they're gonna grieve, and it's the people who got laid off, they're gonna grieve. It's gonna be rough, but then they're just gonna pick themselves up, and I know they're gonna do amazing things. I just know.
I was watching,
especially JJ. People like JJ, like, wow.
There's this interesting film. I think it was Independent, and it's called Sita. You should watch it. You definitely watch it, Graham. Everybody should watch it. It's called Sita Sings the Blues.
Okay.
And
Sita, like
Sita,
how you spell?
Sita.
Okay.
But I think they took basically they took like a classic traditional story from India, one of the gods and stuff or whatever. I gotta like look at the specifics, but they remixed it with a classic blues artist. But there's one
Oh,
of these songs in there. Yeah, it's a free film. It's a free, obviously, an artist, somebody that was really passionate about the story they were trying to tell, and it's like it's free. It's an archive type free. What do you call the thing when like CC or whatever those? What is that thing called? It's like kind of like copyright, but it's not copyright. Attribution type stuff. I forget what
oh,
it's
right.
called.
Okay.
Um,
Or is it like after so many years things become?
yeah, but it's something you can do. Anybody can do. You can kind of just give your stuff up if you want to do that. But anyways, we'll talk. But anyways, there's this song in there, and it's like, uh, you know, to see a rainbow, you have to have the rain. So I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
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 definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, so I'm just gonna try, it is very sad times, but like I said, I think the important thing that everybody needs to do, in my opinion, is listen to the folks who are part of Bandcamp United. Take your cues from them and the folks that got laid off too, I think. And that's um, so until they say you shouldn't buy stuff or shouldn't have our music there, then I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I think we have to, I think we need to listen to the people who know what's really going on,
yeah,
and then beyond that, like I know that I think it's time, and I feel like it's worth investing money into either paying Eli or someone else or more than one person, whatever it takes to get our catalog, because it's going to be a lot of work. And the only reason why we haven't done it, like, because we were talking about it and we were going to do it, and I know several folks who do that, like Judy, who runs Quiet Ear Records. They have all their catalog on their website. And the only reason why we didn't do it is because, first off, it's a ton of work to do that. And the thing is, we knew that we're probably not going to get a lot of sales on the website. It's like it's all happening on Bandcamp because there's this community there. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
so to us is like, let's put a pause on that, because why invest all this time and money into moving our catalog to our website when we have this space? But now it's like, now I feel like it doesn't really matter if there's going to be another supportive community that is being created now or already exists or will be, because I feel like it's important now for Grimalkin to make sure we are in control of everything. Like, we can't depend on, you especially can't depend on a company or a corporation, any kind of for-profit. And my thoughts on it are like, possibly a nonprofit could do something, but there's a lot of problems within the nonprofit sector too.
I've known those, and some of those they come and go. I used
Yeah.
to know this
That's,
Cash Music. They were a nonprofit, and I used to use them for things. They
oh,
just went away. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. So I just feel like, but I mean, even a nonprofit can go sideways with its leadership and do the wrong thing. So I just feel like it's important for us to have control in terms of, like, we have the documentation, we have it, we can take, we
Yeah.
can take care of it. So I think we're gonna work towards that in the meantime, not pull anything. Not pull anything. Yes, rise from the ashes is correct.
Yeah. And I
We
feel
will.
like a lot of things, it's all about who can store your data now. That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Who's
Yeah.
going to store your data? And yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just think we just need to make more, because I think about it all the time, like even just like Google, like we're using, so I've tell everybody we work with, I back up everybody's music, art, all the stuff you send me and you put in the drive. I download that shit once it's complete, and I back it up twice on hard, external hard drives. I don't think that it is smart to let your have any kind of faith in any kind of corporation or company, and like, because if something happened with Google or they just went down, you're not going to be able to access anything.
Yeah.
And I think that it's
The Grim Drive.
really important. Yeah. I think that's really important for artists to do. And you don't need anyone. You don't even need Grimalkin. It's just that Grimalkin is here to kind of like collectively support each other, but you can be an independent artist and take care of your own stuff.
Yeah.
And
You
but
know,
Bandcamp was this place where it gave you access to more followers,
yeah.
fans, money. That
Yeah,
was the thing.
money. That's how, because that's always
Getting
been my career anyway.
paid.
Like, as long as you have enough money to like keep shit going for yourself, that's all that kind of matters. Not really, but you think about too, like some of the classic like record labels that their facilities burned down and all those masters that withered away,
Yes.
shit like that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens. I'm gonna be keeping an eye out on what's going on over there. But yeah, it's definitely a wake up call. Like, okay, this is the time. And it's not like we hadn't thought about it before, but I just think it's the time for us to make sure we have a way to continue without a for-profit company doing it
Yeah.
for us. Although again, we are using Squarespace, so that is a company.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could you could
Well,
still like
you can only do so much, You can only do
yeah.
so much. I mean, really, well, we'll talk about this, but like if Grimalkin, I've been looking at classes myself, but I'm trying to be a musician and shit, so it's hard to like divide your time. But if Grimalkin had their hands on like somebody big into like software engineering or something, that's how you protect. That's really all it is too, is like
Yes.
yeah, shit like
Yes.
that.
And you know what? The longer we're around and the more work we're doing and the more we progress, it's we're attracting the right
Yeah.
people. You know what I mean? Like they're just finding us. So
We need a software engineer that is LGBTQ and interested in like preserving records. That's what we need to find.
yeah. Yeah. We can like yeah, but we're I mean I think
We got enough
we're doing
hands right now to do it, to do what we need to do.
yeah.
We got enough. No, seriously, we do have enough hands. Like, because I mean myself, I'm big into like distribution and like, well, between me and Eli and like other
Yes.
you
I
and
I
we'll
can't
figure it out.
wait. I would love to be able to have you work with us and just take care of that stuff for us.
Yeah, yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Like that's how I've been envisioning like the future is having folks that are passionate about different aspects of what we do that can just sort of move in and we have the money to pay them a living wage to do that. And then, like I mentioned to you before, getting away from an executive director instead of having like a core group of people that are all equally paid. I mean, obviously, if somebody works more, they get paid more. But as far as salary, what people have equal say, equal input, distributing the labor, and it's just. I think we can use the structure of a nonprofit to kind of break down some of those hierarchy issues that kind of exist kind of everywhere, but also still in in the nonprofit sector. So, we have a far way to go, but every year we're getting better. I've been telling people, about our budget and stuff, how it's kind of grown. It's grown. Like we had three years ago, our budget was like 36, I think, thousand or something like that, and we had to file, since we're a nonprofit now, we filed our first 990, and we did the 990N because we made under 50,000. And then we had a budget for this year was 50,000, and we've exceeded it. And now it looks like we'll probably be around 80,000 by the end of 2023.
Yeah.
Things have really, really accelerated, so even though we're very far from anybody's, including me or Eli or anyone making a living wage, we're in a situation where I was able to start paying myself a little more, pay Eli a stipend for the first time this year, and now I'm gonna look at our stuff, see if I could pay them more, and also Scoob, and you know what I mean, like
Yeah, yeah,
after
yeah,
this
yeah.
after I still haven't done all our finances for the festival, but after that, and then I'm gonna start, scheduling our workshops too. We have like six
Okay, okay.
workshops ready to go. I don't know if Tiara's still in here. They're, she and Andrew are going to do one on budgeting on a shoestring, or I think something like that. Not budgeting, sorry, touring. My bad. I don't know. Touring on a budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we have a lot of really cool things. Like Don Giovanni's going to do of records. Joe, who runs that, is going to do um, a workshop with us. Infinite Bliss is going to do one on like recording metal music on a budget.
Oh wow, oh wow.
We've got Hafa is going to do one on experimental history of experimental music, Brazilian music. Just a lot of really cool stuff coming up, and we just didn't have the funds yet, to schedule them. But I think we're going to be okay after this. I can see, and I'm hoping I can even pay people more for the festival than I budgeted for, but I just don't know. I just have to check everything and see where we're at.
It'll all work.
But yeah,
It'll
people
all
are going to
work.
just let everybody know you're going to get paid soon. I just haven't had a chance. It's just me
It'll all
doing it
work
all.
out
So you
well.
got everybody has to be patient.
I definitely got paid in the experience, and again,
You're going to get paid more too.
Yeah, and I told you, I tell people who's on here that I got that Friday night I went to Showtime at the Showtime at the park, and I got booed off the stage for doing my original music or whatever.
Oh my!
And but then Saturday night, I'm having people sing my songs back to me. So
yes.
What can I, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
that
you're such a great,
forever.
You're definitely a great performer, and I think the more you do it, the better you get. Like I swear that show was the best yet. Saturday, I've seen. You just keep at me, like you got the dance moves, you got the voice, you like your rapping is just like your rap skills are just amazing. It's just so great.
I never would have thought I was like a rapper nowadays. Like as a kid, I
wouldn't call you a rapper, but the parts of your songs that have that in it.
Yeah. That's that.
Yeah, and singer.
That's that bottled up gay energy. That's just like, you know what? I got something to say. So
yeah, you're just like, and I love how you kind of get in the crowd. That's so cool.
Got to crowd. That's the one that makes it. Like
yes.
Tiara, you're making me blush too. So shit. No.
Oh, you totally could be. You totally could be. What I say about Grimalkin is there's definitely people at Grimalkin that totally could be a big star, but it's like, I mean,
Tiara, I could see them playing like I could have seen them that what they do, they could have played at Woodstock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have what it takes too, I think. But it's like, I would say most people, even if they could have that potential, they just want to, make good music, and be in a community that's supportive and make a living wage. And that to me, I have zero desire to like be a rock star or first off, I don't make music like that, but or even make a ton of money. Like it's just not something that's important to me. I just need to make enough money to live. And people think money makes you happier, but it really, really doesn't. It does not make you happier. More things aren't going to make you happier. And I just think that like I'm back making like when I was like in my 20s, and stuff like that, or like the end of my teens and 20s, I made hardly any money. I remember one year, I think it was like $9,000 is what I made. And I'm pretty much back financially. I'm better just because I had some money saved. I did have a 401k, my last job, and as a teacher, so I'm better that way. But in terms of how much I'm making, I'm back at like the same place I was when I was super young. But honestly, I'm like, I've never been happier because I'm doing I'm doing something I care about completely. Yeah. And that's way more important than money. It
Yeah,
just is to me.
most
You know, to me
definitely.
it is.
Yeah,
Like, you
no.
know.
Right now for myself, I mean, I have a full-time job, but I'm blessed with the scheduling right now.
Yeah.
My schedule might change, but and just the ability, I can make records. I can, and I can do that like the way I've set things up. I can always make records. I can always do that. That's something
Yeah.
that'll
And
not
you don't need,
that
yeah.
that'll never go away from me now. At this point in my life, I have the ability to always do that, and I can always take my little shit and go outside and street perform if it really got like that. So
Yeah.
that's life.
Yeah. And I mean, I really strongly believe too that money and fame corrupts and destroys your soul. That's what I
It
think. I really do. I think,
it does. It can and it does to those that don't know how to manage it.
yeah,
Most
yes,
don't. Most don't because I mean I don't think any human really is supposed to. That kind of experience is tainted. You hear about the people that win the lottery and they go fucking batshit crazy after it, or
yeah,
something just crazy happens. So
yeah,
you
and
know,
it's like I don't know. I just feel like it's very plus for me, I couldn't live with myself having millions or billions of dollars knowing that there's so many people that don't have anything. Like that's just how I am. Like, I just don't even understand
a balance is
how
broken.
like how
The
you
yin
can
and yang.
be like that. Like how can
Yeah.
you just think and then so many people are born into that wealth and so they don't have even any kind of like understanding or empathy of like what it means to work hard, have a job, have to make a living, make ends meet.
And those
Like
are people
people
that be
don't
doing weird shit in closed doors. So hey.
we end up with assholes like Elon Musk is pretty much,
Oh my gosh.
like he's the epitome of a lot of what is very distasteful to me. Like just fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Born in the wealth, tries to pretend like he's a self-made man, and he's not.
He looks
And
like
it's just
he eats
fucked
some
up.
type of metallic substance for life support. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, I know we're going all this negative stuff,
Yeah,
but we can go
we're
back.
negative energy today,
No, 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 no.
bitch.
We always do that. We always do this though with these interviews because I do think this
No,
conversation is something
it's
that
important.
is really needed and like an ongoing, like it needs to be ongoing. We always end it more on like something positive. So like we believe we all believe at Grimalkin that music can be a vehicle for positive change and really can make a difference in people's lives, art and music and I guess yeah, like what we like to hear about from folks like words of wisdom, advice you might have, hopes for your future, hopes for the world, whatever,
You
whatever
can
you
make
want to.
you can make your dreams come true. Let me stop. Uh Words of wisdom. I'll just say whatever your passion is and whatever you're doing in life, make sure. My mom always says this, and the more she says it, and as a kid, I'm like, oh my God, mom, stop. But she said it's. She always says it's not always about you. She
Ah,
always says that it's not always about you. So she always says that shit. Um, but with
that's
that being
good.
said,
That's a good thing to hear.
so make sure whatever you're doing, it has some benefit for someone else other than yourself. But what I will say
Good.
is
That's a
people
good.
can be a little more selfish for themselves too. It's not nothing wrong with self-care and doing things that you want to
Sure,
do for yourself.
that's important.
Um, but I'll say whatever it is that you want to do, you can do that shit. I never thought things would come back to full circle and I'd have my own tapes.
Yeah, they're
So
beautiful. They're beautiful
and
tape.
thank you, Grim. So yeah, I
Oh,
never thought at 5 years old I'd have my own fucking cassette tape. My music's digital too, everybody, but I just never thought this was the icing on the cake. So
yeah. I
so
think
stay
things
with
will.
it. So I tell
Yeah.
everybody stay with it. Stay with whatever you're doing, and don't try so hard. That was my biggest problem at one point. I was trying
Uh,
so hard to fit a square into a circle, or a circle into a square, however they say that.
okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. Yeah,
the
that's
right
very
things,
good.
the right things will come along, and the right people, and the right energy and connections, and yeah, and just yeah, that's what I can leave, and that was really the message of the Gaytrix. Uh, that was my self discovery,
Yeah.
and I really say listen to that song. Everybody meditate, because that one kind of
Oh,
sums
I
up some
love
things.
that song.
No, thank you,
It's one of my favorites.
thank you,
One of my favorites.
thank you. But that's something I
I love
really sum up with that one. I appreciate it. You know.
Yeah, you're very talented, just an all around rad person. That's all I gotta say.
And you too,
So
Grim.
grateful.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yes,
Are we
yes.
wrapping
Well,
this thing up like a Christmas tree? Or, yeah.
yes. It's one of my longer ones, but I knew it's always so much fun talking to you. I love talking with you. I like hanging out with you. So, yeah, thank you for just being such a positive. Like you just give off so much positive energy too. Like you're just a bright light, and we're very grateful at Grimalkin to have you be part of our community. And I'm really, like I told you, I know, I've got like my plans for like where I want you to go with helping us. So
In
I'm
many
gonna keep
moons.
putting stuff in
And
people's ears
yeah.
about like the
No, no, no,
future.
no, no. I'm just again.
Man, I wish so much we had the money right now to like hire you, because I know I know you're with your situation and stuff and everything, and like also just because you're awesome. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
Well,
gonna
yeah.
happen. It's gonna
Well,
happen.
like what what's that song, Diana Ross? It's my house and I live here. So hey, uh, this is where I'm at right now, and this
All right. Well, you
I
thank.
I could have never asked for anything. I just could have this. So thank you to Grimalkin. Again, shout out to Black Pride RVA.
Yes,
Everybody's been
and
on this
Scoob.
journey. Scoob, oh my God, the one that's the one that's really in the Gaytrix. So they are really off the grid.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So yeah.
let. I'll make sure I send Scoob the. I think they might keep up with the YouTube. They might check out our stuff. But I'll make sure, because this is going to go up on our YouTube. I'll make sure they get the the link.
Yeah.
I'll send
Yeah.
it to so they can
Uh,
check it
and
out.
yeah, again, shout
How
out
much
to
you love
all the art
Scoob
on
the love.
Grimalkin too. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Thanks to everybody who was part of our music festival this weekend. I mean, it was truly amazing. Such a success, and we're just so excited, and we can't wait for the online this Saturday. There's going to be so many rad
Oh shit,
artists.
yeah, Grimalkin Fest is online Saturday.
Yep, Saturday, October 21st. It's from 7:30 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have 10 artists, I believe. There might be only 9, but I think Don't Do It, Neil, I think is getting in their video, so like for of their performance. So hopefully that'll happen. But we'll have 9 or 10 performers, and they're on our website. If you go to grimalkinrecords.com and you check out the big Grimalkin Fest 2023 tab, and it'll have all the info there about who's playing. We haven't figured out the order yet. Eli has to actually edit everything together and make like placards yet.
Yeah,
They've
I
got
really
their
want to
work cut
see.
out for them too this
Oh,
week. we're
oh
both
gosh,
we're both like, we got a
I'll
lot to do.
try to help out a little bit too, if I can, whatever's necessary.
Yeah. Well, you've already
Fill in some holes, fill in a few little holes that
you,
might need
you
to be.
you've already done so much, and you just stuck around and help clean up, and you've always been like that at shows and stuff, and like that. You don't even know. Like most people, they're like, oh, that's someone else will do it. It's just me and last year was just me and Eli doing it all.
Oh,
So it was
bless your
this
hearts. Well, what do they say? It's a dirty job, but somebody's
yeah.
gotta do it. So
and also shout out to all the volunteers. We had so many volunteers come through and really help us, which means we didn't have to worry about the door and we didn't have to worry, about that kind of stuff. And they took care of it, and it was just so.
Who was at
And
the
they
door
helped us set up.
Saturday?
Hmm?
Who was at the door Saturday? I can't remember this artist's name.
Star Child.
Star Child.
Yes, shout out
Saturday.
to Star Child. Yes.
Saturday, right?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
what happened was Octavia the Great was going to, so Star Child really wanted to play the in-person fest, and then we had already had the schedule made, and so Octavia the Great was going to do was going to be in part of the online fest, but then she was like, you know what, I don't have the capacity to do that right now, and so I asked Star Child because I knew they've been really cool, and I just figured it would make sense to ask them and then they just went out of their way to just come and volunteer too, like on the in-person. So
that's awesome.
they're a very cool person. So
yeah. Every time I meet them, it's great. So
yes, they're also very like exude positivity and light. They're that kind of person too. So yes, I love that. All right, well. Yeah, I'm gonna let you get some sleep.
Yeah, God, I haven't slept in ages. Oh my, like I need a slumber. I need like a hyperbolic chamber right now.
I know.
I'm literally still in recovery mode. We partied it up. I ate so much cheese, crackers, and Tostitos. That was incredible.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I hope that I get to. We should do something soon. We've been talking about having like John and I, my partner, were talking about having like a for Halloween having like a movie night.
Okay.
But I mean, we live out in the middle of nowhere. But if you were willing to come out this way, we would love it if you came.
I would love to if my car could make it there. My car is. Right. Oh God, that car. I'm waiting on a loan to come back. Maybe if I get a car in a couple of weeks, we might do something.
Yeah. But maybe it could even be at somebody else's house. I talked to Eli about it too, and also Eric, Infinite Bliss. Okay. So we're all like totally spread out. So I don't know if we can make it happen. And if it's not for Halloween, we just do it some other time. But
definitely got to be a scary movie. It's got to be some scary movies, and that's what we want to do. Not that shit that was on Saturday. Oh my God. Or Sunday. Hell no. That was fucking lame.
Oh my God. Shout out to but shout out to Eat the Cake though. Oh my God. They were so good.
Incredible.
My God. When you were talking about like rock, and I forget earlier in the interview, I was just thinking of them because they're so freaking cool. They like somehow have combined so many awesome genres of music.
Yeah.
Like punk, rock, rap.
And there's some young cats in there, so there's some like,
that bass player was like a baby face.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, they're the way the future is bright and ahead for them. So
so so they stayed at the Airbnb, and for those who don't know, and it was funny because when we got there, they were watching. They're like, some of them were asleep. They were watching Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, they're classic. They're a classic rock band. They're a classic rock band in that regard. Like in and out of slumber, touring, stand up, watching the movies. So hey, I respect the fuck out of it.
Yeah, they were awesome. I hope we get to work with them. So, all right. Well, then have a great.
There's a couple people I want to work with. Yeah, get your Gaytrix tapes, everybody.
Yes, get it.
Get
it while you can. Pay Cin. Pay Cin. All right. Well, then we'll talk soon. If I don't see you before, I know we have a show on November 10th, but hopefully we see each other before then.
Okay. Yeah. Almost that. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. You take care.
You too. Talk soon. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.
Bye. Love you.